Now, there is this huge demand in society to demean and to destroy men. And this demand was met with a supply from women that used to go on TikTok, for instance. And they had various techniques. One of the most popular was to go to a gym, find the guy that checked their ass for 3 seconds, post it online to their parasocial army, and then ask for the guy's livelihood to be destroyed. Ask for their parasocial people to dox the person, to find out where they are, to get them fired. And fortunately, that was cracked down on. Like, fortunately, women don't do that on TikTok anymore. Unfortunately, however, new and more elaborate tactics of demeaning and destroying men have been found, which go under the veer of compassion and empathy. And so here you have a take where a woman goes out on a date with a coworker who hasn't been seeing other women for more than 6 years, and he doesn't think that he is attractive. And so this lady allegedly took one for the team and decided to go out on a date with him in VR chat, of all places. And then she posted it on the internet and also posted a picture with him in which you can see that her body language is acting as if he is a poisonous serpent. Look at her legs. Look at how far away she is sitting from him, as if he is toxic and radioactive. And so the question is, like, why exactly is this morally incorrect, spiritually damning, and also cosmically wrong? Well, on the surface, again, it does look like it's a nice gesture, but then you realize that she violated the first law of the universe, which is never give an emotionally starved man hope. Hope turns into expectations, obviously, and expectations turns into delusions. Delusions will turn into so what are we after exactly one VR date. You have to put yourself into the shoes of this man. Like, all of a sudden, he is going out not with just any girl, but with a girl that looks like that. And so, like, she's creating a dangerous supply chain issue. You can't just take a man who hasn't been on a date in 6 years and introduce him to positive female attention. His body is just not calibrated for it. It's like having a Victorian child exposed to the sunlight for the first time. Like, the man's entire internal dating economy is now destroyed. Like, a day before she came into his life, it was please acknowledge my existence. And now it's only women who look like Instagram filters and smell like coca butter may apply. She probably casted like one of the worst spells that women have in their arsenal, which is that of mixed signals. If you tell a man that we're now partners in crime, he's going to screenshot that in his mind. He's going to put it on top of his bedroom and he's going to recite it like scripture every single hour. Because at the end of the day, the problem isn't that the man needs a woman to go out with. The problem is that he needs a life partner. He needs companionship. And based on her body language, and based on what I'm seeing, she is not interested in that. She's just interested in hanging out and then having a nice story of her doing an act of charity and posting it on social media. But again, like, this actually hurts the guy. I mean, it's possible that the guy was already talking to some average girls and now he's going to be not interested. He's going to put his pursuits on hold because he's going to think he has a chance with the diva when everyone knows he doesn't. And so, if women still don't understand why this is bad, we can look at this situation where you have black Barbies saying, men wouldn't do this for an ugly woman. So why would women take pity on ugly men? Usually, ugly men are horrible people inside and out. Okay, so first of all, this is wrong. Most men actually know their value. So if a guy knows that on the dating market, he's kind of a 5 or 6, I guarantee to you he's going to try to go out with a 5 and a 6. In fact, he would probably even be happy with the 4. Like, I knew guys in high school and I knew guys in universities that would have gone out with everything that has a pulse. In fact, it's more likely that a woman that would look like this and would have this body type would still have a boyfriend. Meanwhile, women are more picky, and you can look at dating sites. You can see that most women go for the top 5% of men, while men are more likely to try and go for any type of woman. So, like, the idea that men wouldn't do this for an ugly woman, completely false. Like, I know a lot of ugly women that still have boyfriends. But secondly, is the idea, it's like, oh, why would the woman take pity on ugly men? Because ugly men are usual horrible people inside and out. That would be really mean if someone said it about ugly women, wouldn't it, right? So we live in a society where we're not going to say that. But would it really be kindness if, not just any man, but a Chad, if a Chad would go on a pity date with an ugly woman? So let's say someone like Ronaldinho in his prime, or someone like Leonardo DiCaprio in his 20s. If they were to decide, okay, out of pity, I'm going to go out with this morbidly obese fat chick because she hasn't got out with a man in 6 years and she feels that she is lonely, and he would take her on his yacht and he would be very charismatic and introduce her to his friends, and then that's it, right? Because, like, she is not entitled to his labor, she is not entitled to his time. I mean, it's a one-off thing. Obviously, she then can see him with other women, like with 18-year-old supermodels and stuff. Do you think, like, he actually did some charity over there? Or do you think, like, he actually brought more misery into her life? Right? And this is exactly what this woman is doing to this man. And this is why it's a trend that I hope it stops. Like, if you're a woman and you want to be with a man, then be with a man. Like, that's actually a good thing. But if you're a woman and your entire thing is to give a man hope, that's the worst thing you can do. And it's also an extremely dangerous thing you can do. Because I have seen so many women on the internet doing this exact shit. Like starting parasocial relationships with men that they're not interested in. And then when they ended up with a stalker or they ended up with the guy that hurt them, they're now asking for society to bail them out, which is going to happen, but, like, wouldn't it be cheaper for society? Wouldn't it be easier for society if women would also have some common sense and not get into these situations that they choose to get in? Like, not knowing that it will happen? Well, look, now you know. Now I'm telling you, right? Like, if you find a guy that's genuinely unattractive and they haven't been in a relationship for 6 years, do not go out with them unless you're legitimately interested in a relationship. If you're not, you're causing harm. I'm speaking their language because they operate on safety and harm. You're causing harm, okay? So if harm will come back to you, it's not justifiable, but it's avoidable. Like, you should be able to not get into that situation. Anyway, right, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Thank you.